Perfect. So now what we need to do? We need to make these things dynamic. Okay, we need to make these things very much dynamic. Means first name equal to first name. Okay, and what is this first name? Maybe here a string first name. Okay, and we already learned this in the first session. We are assigning just declaring first name with a string. Means first name will be something text type, right? Text. So data type is here string. So we can again write here first name equal to well, and now this is first name. Good. Okay. Similarly, you can write here company, maybe something company name here and company, right? Here company. Last name can be one variable. Last name. Okay, last name equal to Prakash, and email equal to one more variable email, and you know what, string email equal to something at the gmail.com. Well, so now good, but again your concern should be this is also hard coded, but here I have written for you. You can go ahead, you can assign like this, right? But we are going to now create a method. That method is parameterized method. You can see this method is not accepting any parameters. So what is the meaning of this? Just copy this string first name and put here, comma, string company, string last name, string email. Well, that assignment is very good. You can assign here, you can create the record, totally fine. But our concern was remove the hard coding thing. So what I'm doing now, this create record method will accept 4 parameters. First parameter is first name, company, then last name, email. So for better, I can say, let's write this first. Okay, first name, then last name, then string company, then email. Now let me deploy this. Okay, I can see lots of chat message. Anyone have any questions? Okay. Oh, I can see. Okay, don't type. No worry. I can see lots of text, but it was less. Okay, so see, if something wrong, then you can see missing semicolon at the line number 9. See, this is also indicating, by the way, here, but still you can see mistake is during deployment. It's giving me, hey, basic mistakes, missing semicolon at line number 9. Here I am missing semicolon. Save it. Now let's try deployment. Deployment successfully. Now you can see these values are coming dynamically. Now go to our here test script. This is Apex script, by the way. Click execute anonymous Apex, and you can see one error message here. And this error message is very helpful for you. Method does not exist or incorrect signature. Void create record means this create record method is not available in this class. Okay, you are going to check, hey, here is create record. here is create record. My method is there, right? But see, or incorrect signature, create record means error of, this error message means in this class, there is create record method that is accepting 4 parameters. But here we are passing 0 parameters, no any parameters. Means here learning for freshers is string first name. Means here we need to pass the first name, Om, then comma, say string last name, comma, Prakash, comma, company, demo, company, comma, email, right? Fourth one parameter is email. So here I will pass om@gmail.com. Now, signature, create record 1, 2, 3, 4. Create record 1, 2, 3, 4 parameters. Yes, 4 parameter is declared, and we are also passing the 4 parameters. Plus, we also need to make sure string, 4 are a string. Then yes, this is also a string. If I will type something here, number maybe 88, let's execute. See, again something same. Hey, method does not exist or incorrect signature. Why? Because you are passing string number, and here see declared string, right? Means you need to pass string. Okay, let me change the name because Om Prakash record is already there. Let me put the name. Let me check some random name from this. Maybe Krishna from previous demo itself, Krishna Kant, and kr@gmail.com. Let me click execute, and it will not throw issue. It will work. See, record ID, this record ID, you can copy or go to the org. Let me go to the browser. If I click here again, you can see, let me go to the, today's lead. This is our already view, Krishna Kant, demo company, kr@gmail.com. Anyone have any question in this basic, very basic beginner level I'm talking here, right? On the 0 level, this is something. Anyone
Sir,
have any question?
I have one query.
Go ahead, please.
Sir, how this ID is coming automatically? Like you have not
Very
assigned
good.
anything, but
Very good. Very good. Yes. Thank you for asking. So what is happening? This is the capability of this insert. We are assigning this manually here, and once insert successful, then then record ID will automatically assign to that instance that is coming from the Salesforce side, FX side. Okay.
Okay,
Means this is just we need to keep in mind, record successfully created, then they are populating internally, so that we can access, hey, this is my record ID. So this is system generated ID. Make sense?
Means for any object, this ID is going to create it automatically.
ID field is going to assign automatically. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Awesome. Yeah. So yeah, that's why very good point here. Basic, but yeah, we are talking in basic context here only. Now, I hope everyone is clear on this, right? Maybe now I need to add one more field. You can go ahead. You can add one more, maybe comma, integer. And let me check on the lead some field that's is number type. Okay. So let me go on the Salesforce org. Click here. Okay, you can see this annotation, red color something. Everyone? Okay. Click here, setup, then setup, object manager, then lead. On the lead, field relationship, and here you can see number of employee is number. So let me assign here obj lead dot number of employee equal to number of emp something. So why not same like this, number of employee. So integer number of employee. Why integer? Because number of employees number data type. Save it. Let me deploy this. You are learning how to create first record in Salesforce. Okay. Now let me go here. If I click execute, you know already it will throw again error because you are passing only 4 value here. You need to pass 5th one, and that is not a string. I'm repeating because I know in the fresher time we struggle for this basic thing. Number of employees. So let me pass maybe 100 here. Okay. And execute. Now one more record will be created with this record ID. Copy this record ID, go to your browser, and directly you can put here record ID after .com, enter, and you can verify new record is created, and here number of employees 100. Now let me cover a basic thing again. I was talking for exception handling, and here just you put try like this. Go here. Before that, let's see why it's required. Okay, let's go here. Let me leave the try first. Let's see. Insert obj lead. Okay, now leave this here. Suppose I am not supplying the company name. Company name is blank. Okay, company name is blank. Now see, we are just assigning company name here. We are also not checking anywhere company name blank. It means you can understand company equal to blank, but company is required on the lead. I mentioned earlier, company is required, but company is blank. How company is blank? See, what is happening when you are calling data demo.create record, then create record method is getting called, and this Krishna is going to assign to a string first name. This first name is Krishna. Kant is going to assign to this last name. This company is going blank value is going to assign to this company. Email is going to assign to this email. 100 is going to assign to this number of employee. And now we are creating new instance of lead, and this first name is going to assign to lead first name, right? One by one, you should understand the code, what you are writing. That's why I said multiple times to many of you, don't copy code, just understand what is happening. Like first name is coming from here, Krishna, going to this variable, then coming back here via this, and it's going to assign to this obj lead, last name, company, and you can think, okay, company is blank if I am passing blank from here. And let's click execute. And you can see here, this time, system.dml exception, insert failed, first exception, first error, company, required field are missing. Okay, means null value, blank value, going to assign to this company, and this insertion is failed. And now you can see this line number 15, record ID is, line number 15 is not printed, means once exception occurred, then all program after this line where exception occurred, if exception occurred at line number 13, why? Because blank, company is blank, required field is missing, DML exception happened. Now all code after this will not execute, means your program is terminated. To avoid this termination of complete program, we use exception handling, and here we use okay, obj lead insertion can throw exception. I know you can avoid this exception just checking here if company equal to not null or not blank. It's very easy, but there is some different situation, maybe some validation rule. I know many of you are not aware about validation rule, maybe no worry. If there is some validation rule that is validating the data, or maybe some other required field are missing, we are not aware which required field here, maybe some custom field there, mark required. So just assume, okay, some exception occurred here. Then I want all code should be executed. Means this code should be executed. Go ahead, put the try block here. Java concept again. Try like this. Now catch, and here exception ex. And inside this system.debug, maybe you can print error or exception age plus and ex dot, we have get message, and you can see multiple method here: get message, get status code, get DML type, get line number, right? So as of now, I'm going to just print get message. Okay, save it. So I'm telling to system, hey, I'm using try here. If something happened wrong here, go to the catch block. Okay, don't terminate my program. Go to this catch, then also print this one. Let's see this example, demo. Let me quickly deploy this to org. If any question, please text. I am looking on the chat as well. Okay, now let's see. If you go in the deployment happened now. Now let me go here, click execute. And if you come back, you can see this time debug, line 17 debug, line 17 debug, exception age, insert field, post error, required field missing. Okay, and now line 21 is also printed. The code ID is null, and here I can again repeat the previous question. Someone asked, hey, how ID is assigning? So once record as created successfully, ID is assigned, but you can feel here record is not inserted, exception occurred, so ID is not assigned, and ID is null here, right? So it's the power of this try catch. Just exception was handled, and in the catch block, I was able to do some duty. I can able to write some piece of code. I am able to print this. Once exception occurred, go to catch block, and then also execute my code, which is after this try catch. Here is one more thing for us. If you want finally, you can put here. That's finally block means this block will always executed. System.finally, hey, I am finally. I will be printed every time. What is meaning of this? Let's see quickly. Now, let me deploy this first. Okay, deploy this. Okay, now let's execute again exception because it's null. Okay, let's come back here. Hey, here, let me hide these things. Okay, exception debug printed. Hey, I am finally, I will be printed every time. Then record ID is null. Okay, now let me put some company name here. Okay, demo company, like record will be created. Click execute. And if you look here, see, this time I am finally, I will be printed every time. Then record ID is coming, and this exception is not coming. Noted? Because no exception. Insertion successfully, then catch will nothing. It will go to finally, then it will go to rest of the code. Means finally block is a block where you write piece of code, that code is always executed. Generally we use for some specific purpose, but I don't want to go there. Sometimes you have to roll back some data. We can go for that. We have to, but leave this as of now. But just keep in mind, finally means every time executed, either exception will occur or not. Okay, here now let me tell you one more thing. We are using exception here, and you can see when exception was occurred. Let me go back in the previous log, And you can see system.dml exception means there is also a type of exception that's called DML exception. Like we have null pointer exception, add index out of bound exception. So generally, I will come back, but DML exception means when exception occurred due to data manipulation language, due to insert, create, delete. I think both are same, insert, create are same. Due to insert, update, or delete, if exception is occurred, that's called DML exception. So here it's very visual. Line number 14, only exception occurred, that is DML exception. Because inside try, I have not written any code that code can cause some other exception, because only one liner, that is insert, means it's very much sure to me ki, hey, if exception will occur, that's come DML exception. So why to call this parent type of exception? Let's go with DML exception. Okay, maybe DML exception, DEX. This is much specific, DML exception, and this is very much helpful. Suppose if you have some code here, and that code can throw some different error, you can again go here, you can put one more exception, maybe that is exception. So if DML exception will occur, it will come back to this. If some different exception will occur here, it will go to this. But no worry, let me remove this. Let's keep this simple as of now. Any question here, please ask. Deploy this source to org. It will go with
So
same
with
execution.
one try, we can use multiple catch.
Yes, perfect. With one try, we can use multiple catch. Let me give you one quick demo. See, here I have written a string name. Okay, just that's fine. And inside try, this is name, you know, name is going to assign with blank. And why this? Leave this. We are company already, right? Company. Go here. Let's check if company dot equals demo. See, I am using if operator, if statement, if company dot equals. If company is a string has an equals method. How you can find that? Google it. String methods in Apex. Always there is a way. See, we don't need to remember anything. Just way, string class. And if you go to a string class, if you go to method, you can see lots of methods here. You can play with string. Maybe let me find equal here. Equals, and let's see the demo. Equals, a piece of code written my string this, my string this, equals this. Okay, it's returning boolean. So you can copy the code, you can come here, you can paste here, you can execute this code, you can learn like this. This is the way how you can learn, because I'm just covering basic. I can cover everything, right? You can see I'm not covering this example, but you need to come back in that way. So here I am talking equal, means I'm writing company dot equals demo, then system dot debug. This is not original company name. This is demo. Okay, cool. Everything good. Now let me deploy this. See where I'm going. I'm coming on your questions answer. Good. Deployer. I'm here. Let me put demo. Click execute. Come to debug log, and you can see this is not original company name. This is demo working, right? Company dot equals demo. Hey, yes, company means company. What is company? What is company? See, 1, 2, 3. Third one demo. 1, 2, 3. Third one company demo means company is demo. So company demo dot equals demo. Yes, it's returning true. If true, then go inside if block and print this. This is printed here, na? This is not original company name. This is demo. Then the code created here, and you can see finally printed, then record ID is printed. Cool. Now suppose I am going to pass this here, just okay, just of course someone will not pass null here, but just visualize maybe this null value is coming from some other fields, maybe some other system or from anywhere, right? Maybe you're just applying null from page, but here I have just put intentionally I'm putting null. Okay, let's see, execute. See, let's look the output. What happened? See, yeah, see, I will be printed every time. Okay, let what's happening. Finally is printed, and problem is I can't see my record ID thing. See, I can't see record ID here. Why? Because attempt to dereference on null object, line number 14. See, line number 14 created an exception, so this is not printed. if के अंदर गया ही नहीं, कैच डीएमएल एक्सेप्शन नहीं हुआ क्योंकि डीएमएल एक्सेप्शन नहीं था। वो डीएमएल एक्सेप्शन कब आता है? जब रिकॉर्ड इंसर्ट या अपडेट या डिलीट में फेल करता है। डीएमएल एक्सेप्शन कम्स व्हेन some record is going to insert or update or delete in database, means this is not catch, this is not printed. Finally will print every time. Finally printed. See, use of finally in this example. I am finally I will printed every time. The code ID is also not printed. Exception occurred. I hope everyone is able to understand this. Very interesting example. I can say it came here. And it is also differentiating. If you remember previous example, पिछले example में finally भी print हुआ था, ये भी print हुआ था, तो हम सोच सकते हैं कहाँ अंतर है? दोनों तो कैसे भी print हो ही रहा है ना? But this is example, यहाँ पे exception throw हो गया, तो ये तो नहीं चलेगा because this is outside of finally, this is outside of I can say after the exception, try से बाहर है, ये तो ब्रेक हो गया क्योंकि प्रोग्राम टर्मिनेट हो चुका है। कैच में भी नहीं गया, क्या हुआ? क्योंकि system dot null pointer exception occurred हो गया। I'm coming on the answer of your question. Yes, we need to handle multiple exception here. Copy this, paste this, but before that you can fix this with this. Yep, both will either null pointer exception occurred or insert occurred. इसमें जाएगा, एक बार चेक कर लेते हैं, ठीक है? लेट मी डिप्लॉय, बट आई विल टॉक विद प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट, क्या हो रहा है वहां पे। लेट्स चेक, एग्जीक्यूट, you can see what happened this time. See, exception is exception is attempt to dereference null object, मतलब इसने कैच कर लिया। ये एक्सेप्शन जो है ना, इस सबको कैच कर लेता है। एक्सेप्शन इसको भी कैच कर लिया यहाँ पे। उसके बाद आई एम फाइनली में चला गया, रिकॉर्ड आईडी नल था क्योंकि जब ये प्रिंट यहाँ पे नल एक्सेप्शन आया ना तो कैच में चला गया, इंसर्ट पे गया है। बट एक प्रॉब्लम आ गई, मान लीजिए किस तरीके से हम यहाँ पे इस लाइन को मान लीजिए यहाँ पे हैंडल कर लेते हैं, कंपनी नॉट इक्वल टू नल, और जस्ट आई वांट टू मेक श्योर कि हाँ एक्सेप्शन यहाँ पे नहीं है। अगर मैं यहाँ पे लिख दूं लास्ट नेम, मान लीजिए जस्ट लिख दो एग्जांपल, लास्ट नेम डॉट इक्वल्स डेमो, अभी के लिए इसमें डिप्लॉय। मैं कहना चाह रहा हूं कि अगर ये एक्सेप्शन नहीं आया, यहाँ पे एक्सेप्शन आया, लेट्स सी, एग्जीक्यूट, exception is insert failed first exception, means exception यहाँ पे भी आएगा तो भी यही कॉल होगा, एक्सेप्शन यहाँ पे भी आएगा तो यही कॉल होगा. Why not? We should have two catch different like this. DML exception, then एक separate वहां पे null pointer exception, maybe NEX, DEX, और इसको भी कंपनी रखते हैं. डिप्लॉय कीजिए, आई चेक करते हैं, या इसको लास्ट नेम करते हैं. ठीक है, दोनों यूज केस हम डेमो कवर कर लेंगे. लास्ट नेम दिखाता हूँ, डिप्लॉय, नो वरी, एज कॉमन एग्जांपल इट विल क्लियर टू यू. अगर आप फ्रेशर हो तो देखिएगा क्या हो रहा है. क्लियर करते हैं इसको. से हमने कहा लास्ट नेम, तो चलो इस टाइम में लास्ट नेम है, कंपनी नल है. ओके, एग्जीक्यूट क्लिक करते हैं. देखिएगा, exception is insert field, first exception on row, first error. क्लियर? ओके, अब मैं इसको भी नल कर देता हूं, लास्ट नेम को भी. और थोड़ा सा अंतर तो कर देना यहाँ पे, एक्सेप्शन एज विथ DML चेक. ओके, एक्सेप्शन एज विथ नल पॉइंटर. क्यों? क्योंकि ये कैच सिर्फ प्रिंट करने के लिए नहीं है. हो सकता है वी हैव टू डू डिफरेंट एक्शंस. मे बी इफ DML exception is occurred, then you have to perform some database related logic here. Okay, or maybe you have to notify to some record owner, system owner, or maybe null pointer is exception is coming, then you have to do different work. Then we need two different. I hope you are visualizing my thought. So now we can see exception is with DML check, exception is with null pointer. Let me deploy. Okay, now execute and see. Exception is with null pointer, attempt to reference means it catched by this. यहाँ पे स्पेस होता, थोड़ा सा और अच्छे से पढ़ पाते हम, but that's good. ऐसे या ऐसे, but that's fine. You can see. Okay, यहाँ पे एक्सेप्शन आया था, लास्ट नेम डॉट इक्वल एक्सेप्शन थ्रो करा, it went to null pointer exception. In the different example, maybe this is demo 1, this is null. Now you can see it will cover to क्या हुआ, exception is with नहीं, something null, यहाँ पे कुछ चेंज नहीं किया हमने. व्हाट्स रॉन्ग, कृष्णा कॉमा डेमो 1 कॉमा नल कॉमा ईमेल. क्या ठीक तो है? एग्जीक्यूट. Yeah, good. So now exception is with DML check insert field. This time here is no any exception. Exception is here in the insertion. Everyone clear why I am using two here? One is DML exception, one is null pointer exception. Just for giving you demo of this two type of cache. There is also different way. Inside this you can also check इसका टाइप क्या है, dex dot maybe if dex dot get DML type, you can go with that also, but here my context was giving you demo of multiple cache, and at the end you can also write exception ex with something, exception ex. Now look, DML exception, then null pointer exception, then exception. If no DML exception, if no null pointer exception, if some other exception here maybe. It can be arithmetic exception. It can be array index out of bound exception. Then it will covered inside exception. Now here is one question in the interview, especially if you interviewer like me, he will meet you. Then it will ask you, hey, I am writing this. What is wrong here? And many of us give answer. Nothing wrong, sir. We can have one and try. We can have multiple catch. क्योंकि वो मैंने बताया था. We can have one try, multiple catch. But no, this is wrong. Let's look. Why it's wrong? You have to love this error message. I say people love the error message. You will learn something new. Exception type already caught. System.null pointer exception. Means line number 26, we are handling null pointer exception. And my Apex compiler is telling me, hey, you have already caught the null pointer exception. Kahan? Yahan. Exception is the parent class of every exception. That's why it is already catch the null pointer exception. तो या तो इसको remove कर दीजिए या इसको यहाँ पे लिख दीजिए. Now deploy. Means if you are handling exception handling, if you are using exception handling, ignore my English, बहुत खराब है. One try, multiple catch. One try, multiple catch. Then always remember, if you are using the exception class, it will go at the last. This is also fine. Okay. This is also fine. This is also fine. This is also fine. This is also fine. Cool. Many of you are confused कि ये क्या-क्या बोल रहे हैं, DML null pointer exception. No worry. Copy this exception. Go on the Google. Google is your friend. Exception class in Apex, and you will get the first Google search. It will help you understand what is exception. Assert exception, call out exception, DML exception, email exception, final exception, lots of exceptions. But no worry, you don't need to remember. 4-5 हम लोग खूब यूज करते हैं, like DML, null pointer, array index, out of bound. याद नहीं. So keep this handy and play like this. If you're not very much sure कि क्या होने वाला है, go with the exception. So what I covered today in last 40 or 30 minutes, exception handling, basic, some parameterized method here, creating lead record. I think that's good for now. It's we are going, I think we started a little late session, but very quickly I want to give you a quick message how to update the record in Salesforce. Okay, so let's see. Here, just forget everything. Aap recording sun lena. We have record ID, right? We can write like this: ID lead ID equal to this. देखिए क्यों? क्योंकि जो obj lead ID return करते हैं ना, obj lead dot ID is giving us the record ID, and the type of the data type of that record ID is ID. ID. We can write a string also. That will also work. It will also work, but here I'm going to follow the same ID. Okay, ID, one data type specific to our S object here in the Apex. ID lead ID equal to obj lead dot ID. Now, suppose just here assume you have a record ID, and I said, hey, I need to update or lead record with the company equal to Epic Round Private Limited. Okay, so how to do this? First thing, you need a question here. Okay, you need to update a lead record. Good. You can think, give me lead ID. Give me lead ID, right? Which lead ID? So here, for very quickly, I'm giving you, okay, this lead ID. The same lead ID जो अभी create हुआ है. Don't mix up both, but just I'm going to give a demo of update record. So ID is here. Now what you need to do, lead, obj lead equal to, or maybe obj update lead equal to new lead. Okay, You have to update the company. So write obj dot company equal to happy crown private limited. Okay, just you need to write here update this, but it is not going to work. Update what? If you are going to execute this code, if you're going to execute this code only, see, I'm not going to execute entire code. Okay, I'm going to execute this code only. Then what you can do, as of now you know already, copy this. दिमाग चला लगाना क्यों, पेस्ट करते हैं यहाँ पे, ठीक है? Leave this context. Sorry, I think because I feel it can be confusing. के ऊपर insert कर रहे हो फिर अलग तरीके से क्यों ऑपरेट कर रहे हो? We can directly assign to this ना. So let's confusion नहीं शुरू करते हैं. Very easy रखते हैं. यहाँ ID रख लिया. Good है. भूल जाते हैं इस डेमो क्लास को. यहाँ आता हूँ मैं. You can write lots of code here already, right? अभी के लिए इसको कट कर देता हूँ. अपने पास कहीं पेस्ट कर लेते हैं बैकअप के लिए. आइए अभी हम यहीं से करते हैं. हमने कहा you have to update the lead record. ऐसे कर दिया. आइए एग्जीक्यूट पे क्लिक करते हैं. देखिए एरर मैसेज क्या है. समझने की कोशिश कीजिए एरर मैसेज. मैं इसको समझा सकता हूँ 2 सेकेंड में, बट मैं आपको चाह रहा हूँ कि आप खुद सोचो. देखिए एरर मैसेज प्यार से इसको. DML exception update failed. First exception, missing argument ID is not specified in an update call. याद रखिए जब भी आप जा रहे हो रिकॉर्ड अपडेट करने, आप किस रिकॉर्ड को अपडेट करने जा रहे हो, विच रिकॉर्ड यू आर गोइंग टू अपडेट, यू नीड टू असाइन द आईडी. ओके, मींस अंडरस्टैंड द एरर मैसेज. It's telling you कि ID is missing because you are writing insert update here. So go here and write obj update lead dot ID equal to, यहाँ पे कोई रिकॉर्ड आईडी. अभी के लिए क्या करते हैं, डीबग लॉग में अपने पास आईडी प्रिंट हुआ होगा पहले, याद है? लाओ कॉपी कर दो इसी को इस डेमो के लिए. लेट मी गो बैक. और इतना ज्यादा परेशान नहीं होना चाहिए. लेट गो ऑन द लीड. एक कॉपी कर लेते हैं, इस लीड आईडी को कॉपी कर लेते हैं. ओके, यहाँ से कहाँ है लीड आईडी देखिएगा. मैं लीड रिकॉर्ड पे ऑलरेडी हूँ. आई एम गोइंग हियर एंड दिस इज लीड आईडी. से आफ्टर लीड हियर इज लीड रिकॉर्ड आईडी. कॉपी दिस एंड यहाँ पे पेस्ट कर दीजिए. ओके, ऐसे अब एग्जीक्यूट कीजिए. अपडेट हो गया होगा. और मैं अगर इसके कंपनी को देखूं तो अभी कंपनी क्या है, डेमो कंपनी. अगर मैं इस रिकॉर्ड को रिफ्रेश करें, इफ यू रिफ्रेश दिस रिकॉर्ड देन इट शुड बी एप्लीकेंट प्राइवेट लिमिटेड. मींस आईडी इज रिक्वायर्ड हियर. नाउ यू नो वेरी वेल, व्हाई नॉट क्रिएट अ न्यू मेथड हियर. This method is create record. Now let's create a new method here. Write public static void update record. Like this. Paste here. कितना आसान है मेथड बनाना. As per requirement we are going here. Like this. देखिए. Okay, but again hard coded. You are now more intelligent than me. Lead ID and कहाँ से लाना है आपको पता है. String lead ID. Wow, we have a new method. That method will accept the lead ID and update the company. आप बोलोगे कि क्यों एप्लीकेशन ग्राउंड पे फिक्स करना, दुनिया में कंपनियां हैं, राइट? क्यों अपने कंपनी का प्रमोशन करना ट्रेनिंग में. रिमूव दिस फ्रॉम हेयर. Put company and here why not string company. Well, I have created a method. That method will accept the record ID and new company name. Wow, lead obj new lead ID equal to lead ID. See, this time we are assigning ID. Earlier we are creating the record. So we will have to assign fields rather than ID. Now we are going to update. What update? This specific record ID. So ID equal to this lead ID lead ID, company equal to company. Update this. Cool. Save this. Let's deploy this. From our demo here, from here, now you know very well. Demo, data demo, class name, data demo dot update record, and see signature of this update record. Now I will not take much time because I have already explained you lots here, right? So directly I need to pass okay, one lead ID and one company. Company can be here now, maybe HCL, and lead ID. Let me copy the lead ID from here, put the lead ID here, hard coded as of now. That's fine. For this demo, I'm just going to execute this code, execute, and you can see if I refresh this, taking much time, but that's fine. क्या हुआ? Something wrong. No worry. Let's see. क्या गलत हुआ? Variable does not ATA demo. क्या हुआ भाई? Data demo है. Execute. Okay, no worry. Now it should. Let me refresh. Typing गलत रहा होगा शायद. HCL आ गया. चलो. Now suppose किसना कन joining epic round. Okay. Now ID epic round execute. If I refresh this, anyone have any confusion in updating the record? Not sure what is happening. कुछ तो गलत हो रहा है. Execute again. Catch करना होगा. No worries. You can see now it should be updated. Any question, please, in the chat. Epic round. Okay. Now, very quickly, let me cover one more thing. I'm going to copy this method. I'm going to paste here. I'm going to put delete record. Delete record. And for record deletion, we just need record ID. Okay. So here, delete record. We need this. Then we need ID. We don't need company. And now you understand कि okay यहाँ पर क्या करने वाला हूँ. शायद वही कर जो आप सोच रहे होगे. अगर नए हैं तब भी आप सोच रहे होगे delete record. Delete. Let me deploy this. You understand? I'm taking this in fast